Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today this video is going to be about my move to Atlanta, the big move. I moved from Chicago to Atlanta. I've been here for about almost 2 months now. I'm basically going to talk about why I moved, what led up to the move, how long I've been wanting to move. When I announced that I moved, I got like a million questions, so I'm gonna try to address all of those questions to the best of my ability, without, disclosuring too much, about where I live now, of course. So basically, I've been wanting to move to Atlanta for about, I've been procrastinating for about 2 to 3 years. Two of my bestest friends live here, and like I've just been steady saying, I'm coming, like literally. I have texts in my phone. I ain't gonna find them, but texts in my phone from years ago, like occasionally every 3 months saying, okay y'all, I'm coming, but just procrastinating. The reason why I wanted to move from Chicago is because I've been staying in Chicago for 26 years, my entire life. I kind of felt like I was at a standstill there, like not even just money-wise or business-wise, just like I didn't seen everything in Chicago. I done everything in Chicago. It was just like it wasn't no more excitement. I've been going to the club since I was like 16 or 17, sneaking to the clubs, using my cousin's IDs, all type of stuff. Like I done partied, I done been on every type of adventure with my daughter. So it was just like it wasn't nothing else there for me. But I was scared, just like anybody else, anybody who procrastinating on taking that move. I was scared. I was scared to leave my family. I was scared to start all over. I was scared to, be in a whole new city by myself, really. Well, not, I still got my best friends, but no family, just me and my daughter. The first incident that I was in, maybe 3 years ago, I was in a car with someone and I ended up getting into a shootout. I ended up getting shot twice in my leg, and that kind of like made me like, okay, I gotta get on, it's nothing here that really made me no good. That kind of like shook me up a little bit or whatever. But I still stayed. I talked all that like I was leaving, but I still end up staying. And then like 3 months ago, me and my daughter, because in Chicago, I stayed in the hood. I stayed out west, 290 shit. Like I was in the hood. Like I grew up there my whole life, so like the hood was home to me or whatever. And then like, like I wouldn't say I was scared to stay in the hood, because I wasn't, but I knew better than to take my daughter on the front to ride her bike in front of my building. Like I chill right there, I hang out or whatever, but my daughter couldn't. So when you gotta go to your mama's house, because my mom, she had moved to the suburbs, so when you gotta go there just for your daughter could ride her bike on the front, you already know it's time to make a move anyway. But so yeah, like 3 months ago, me and my daughter was leaving the grocery store, and we was just pulling up in front of my house. So when I carry bags upstairs, I park directly in front of my building instead of trying to find a park and then carrying the bags back and forth. So I'm parked in front of my building. I get out the car. I'm gonna make a long story short. I get out the car, go around to get my daughter out the car, and then you just hear fire, 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 like gunshots. Now at this time, my daughter halfway out the car. I'm all the way out the car, so it was too late to try to hurry up and jump in the car. Like my first instinct was to get down. So I grabbed my daughter, hurry up, put her on the floor. I got on top of them. So the gunshots, like if you've been in a shootout before, 30 seconds of gunshot is a long time. Like that's a long time, like because they going every second. And then I feel somebody like had like on me. I feel somebody on me. So I'm like, what the fuck? I look up, you know, one of the shooters on me. So I'm like, you know, I'm like, I got my daughter right here. I'm like, you know, gone over here, like, get away from us, whatever. So as I'm moving away from him, he kind of like, you know, trailing us, like, basically on some coward shit. He's following me and my daughter because I guess he's looking at it like, you know, oh, they ain't gonna shoot at her while she got a baby. But shit, if you know, in Chicago, babies get shot every day. Women getting shot every day. Shit, we die more than the men out there. So obviously he wasn't trying to get away from me and my baby. So my instincts is to, okay, at least just get your baby away from you. Like, man, him finna tussle, but get Kaylee away, which is my daughter. So I'm pushing Kaylee under a car, like under the car that's right there. I'm putting her under there because the gunshot's still going. Like, imagine being in a shootout for this fucking long. The gunshot's still going. I'm pushing my baby under the car. Finally, I start hearing sirens. Like, never been so excited to hear the police, because you know us, we fuck 12 and no, just playing. But anyway, I never been so excited to hear the police. So I finally hear sirens. And one of my friends or whatever, she was riding past and she kind of seen it. So she jumped out helping me because she see that we on the ground. Now she like, which one of y'all bleeding? I instantly get to panicking because I'm knowing I'm not shot. Because, like, you know how they say, like, the adrenaline, like, you don't know, like, but no. I know how I feel to be shot. I'm knowing I'm not shot. So, is this blood coming from my baby? So, I'm instantly in the middle of the street, taking my baby clothes off, seeing if she got, because she was just crying. She wasn't saying nothing. So, I'm like, you know, trying to put her in the car, taking her clothes off, see if she got shot or whatever. And the police finally pull up. It's blood everywhere. Blood all over my daughter's coat. It's blood all over me. Like, it's just blood everywhere. It ended up being the boy who was basically following us. He had got shot. And his blood was all over us. So after we went through the whole little process with the police, they checked my daughter out, made sure she was okay or whatever. My daughter was scared to go home. She would not go home for like the first 2 weeks. She wouldn't go there at all. So I would go back and forth getting us clothes or whatever. But when you used to living on your own, to go like back to your mama house or to go to any family member house, it just won't work. Like, you know, don't get me wrong, I had the strongest support system. You know, I had plenty of places where I can go, but I'm not finna move in with nobody, and I'm not finna have my daughter here where she don't feel safe. Like, this is home. This is where you're supposed to, you know, feel your safest at or whatever. So I say after 2 weeks, you know, I was looking at houses in the suburb of Chicago. And I was just thinking like, if I go to the suburb of Chicago, I know me. Like, after I'll give it a month or so, everything calm down, I'm gonna be back in my city. Like, I'm a city girl. Like, that's just what it was gonna be. Like, of course I was gonna be at home, but any chance I get, we was gonna go to the city. Whether it was to just go see somebody, just to go, it was just too, you know, it was too easy for me to get back to the city or whatever. So I called my mama and I was like, Mom, I'm moving to Atlanta. And she was like, she ain't take me serious at first. She was like, I'll win. Because I had been saying I was moving to Atlanta for years. She like, I'll win. I'm like, now. She like, what's now? Tomorrow? I'm like, shit, if I can get approved for something tomorrow, yeah. And she was like, oh, well, okay. Let me know what happens. You know, she ain't take it serious. So I say, her and this guy I was kind of in and out with, they was helping me like try to find different places, but it just wasn't nothing. I had my mind set. Once I set that at night, and I was just really like, I'm ready to go. Once my mind set on something, I'm gonna do it. So I say the following week I went to my best friend's house. Me and my daughter stayed there for like a week while I scheduled showings. And we went to see like maybe 6 different places. I found one that I really liked, applied for it, and didn't get approved. Well, not that I didn't get approved, my license was expired. And by being COVID, if you live in Chicago, you know, in order to get a license at the DMV, baby, You gonna stand in line for 4 hours straight, no exaggeration. Like, and like in Chicago, they told us like if our license expired, it was okay. We had until like February to renew it. They would accept expired license. So the people wouldn't accept my expired license. Okay. What? You just want to no, because you got that plan. Come on, Kay, because I'm doing my video. Go on there with your best friend. Go give me a peach tea too.
Huh?
Go give me some juice, the peach tea.
Okay.
So anyway, they wouldn't accept my license or whatever, and I was just so distraught because after seeing like 6 places, I finally found something that I really wanted, and for them to like basically not even accept my application, like I couldn't even submit my application because I had to get a new license, and they said, and I had to pay the fee. I think the fee was like $250, and like my license had to be turned in within like 4 days. I knew that was impossible. I was in Atlanta. I would have to hurry up, catch a flight back to Chicago, fly back to Atlanta. Like, it was just too much going on. Thank you. Hold on. So at this point, I had been at my friend's house for like 4 or 5 days. So she knew that I was like really sad. So, you know, she got on there, she got to looking for me. We found a couple more houses, boom. Found one that was like, okay, this will do, or whatever. I applied for it and I went back home. I went back to Chicago to hear something or whatever, because I had already been up there for a week or whatever. And my friend, you know, she got her own family, and you know, my time period was a week. If I didn't find out in a week, I was gonna come back the every other week, you know, until I found something. So I went home, and like my daughter ended up saying she would go home because her nana had got into it probably because her nana didn't make her no sweet potatoes or something like that. Like, and my daughter, she is spoiled. Like, so after that, she probably was like, I want to go home. I don't care about what happened. But she was still, you could tell it wasn't the same. Like, it was still like, you know, she watching her back going in the house. Like, it wasn't the same or whatever. So we stayed there for like maybe 3 or 4 days. Went to my little sister's house. And I remember we was sitting on the couch. I forgot what we was watching. I check my email like I check my social media. And I just see like approved. Don't get too excited. You know that it be the scam and the pre-approved shit. So I read it and they like, you've been approved. You have 48 hours to respond. Only thing we would need for you is the date you want to move in and like your security deposit. Y'all don't understand that feeling. Like, I couldn't even talk. I tapped my sister because I couldn't get it out, and I just showed her the email. We did the happy dance. I wish I really recorded it to show y'all. So we doing the happy dance. We screaming. Kaylee coming down. She like, what are you all doing? We like the happy dance. We got approved. We going to Atlanta. She get to doing the happy dance with us. I called mama. My mama started crying. She get to texting me like, are you sure this is what you want to do? I'm like, yes, this is what I want to do. And I think I had scheduled my move-in date like the following week. So a month after me and my daughter got into our shootout, I was gone. I was out of there. So we got on the road. November the something, me and my little sister, I put my baby on a flight with my other little sisters, and me and my little sister drove to Atlanta. It took us like 12 hours. I did 7, she did like 5, and shit, now I'm here. And I love it. I love my house. I love the area. I love everything about it. Like, I know I only been here for 2 months, so it's still fresh, but I feel like this is the best move I could have made. I don't know if it's because this is something that I've been wanting to do. I just finally, you know, got the extra push to do it, or what, but this is like the best decision I think I ever made in my life. Like, my daughter, she love it. So I was supposed to move in on a Friday. Now, my what she got, I don't know what she called, my my manager, my moving manager, whatever she is. She was really like, no, like, I don't, till this day I don't like her. But I hope she ain't watching my YouTube. But anyway, she was just, she wasn't on it, like. And I feel like because she wasn't on it, my house wasn't ready for the move-in date. Now remember, y'all, I'm coming from Chicago to Atlanta, so I didn't pack all my stuff up in the trucks. Like, you know, I'm ready, and it ain't no, okay, you can move in tomorrow. No, I'm coming here from Atlanta. Like, you know, I got stuff set up. My daughter flight land tomorrow. I need to be there. So long story short, I sent her all the information over that she said she needed, and she didn't respond. So I emailed her like, hey, is everything, now this at the beginning of the week, I emailed her Tuesday like, hey, is everything okay? Because she told me before I moved in, I had to have, you know, everything switched over to my name, gas, lights, you know, everything switched over to my name or whatever before I was able to move in. So I did everything Monday morning. So Tuesday, and so I sent it to her Monday. And Tuesday, I had emailed her like, hey, is everything okay? You know, do I need anything? You know, just trying to confirm you don't need anything else from me. Everything is right. No response. Wednesday, I emailed her again. No response. So I called her. No answer. Called her again at night. Left her a voicemail. No answer. Thursday. Now, remember, their office closed at 4:30. So Thursday, she come calling like, Thursday, the lady called me at, they closed at 4:30. She called me at 4:27. Like, hey, Takia. No, she leave me a voicemail. She like, hey, Takia. Whatever she said, I didn't even get a chance to hear the voicemail. I called her right back at 4:28. I'm like, hey, you know, I just got a missed call. She's like, yeah, I just left you a voicemail. Didn't even get a chance to hear the voicemail because I called her right back. She like, I didn't receive something. I'm like, I sent that to you. I'm like, I can resend it though. She like, oh no, it's too late because I'm leaving now. So we're gonna have to push your move-in date back to Monday. I'm like, now at this point, my car packed up. Like, my little sister, we finna get our sleep in because we was leaving in like the middle of the night. Like, my daughter got her, like, everything was just planned out. And I'm like, no, I'm like, that won't work. I'm like, I've been calling you since Monday. Know what I think it was? She had other stuff because she was working from home. You know that when you work from home, you know, you other stuff pop up, you pushing stuff back. And you know, I understand that happens, but when you got somebody moving from Chicago to Atlanta, that was very inconsiderate. It was an inconvenience, like, and she was like, there's nothing she can do because after she received it, we have to give it a whole 24 hours or something, and they don't work on weekends, whatever the case may be. So after going back and forth for about an hour, my mama, she steady calling me. Now I'm upset. I think my mom had cooked for me. It was my last day there. She had cooked me some salmon, whatever she cooked. I'm getting off topic. Anyway, she had cooked for me, so she steady calling. So she come out. Now I'm so mad to the point I can't talk. Like, if I talk, I'm gonna cry. I already know I am. She come up there. I'm in my phone. She like, you want me calling you? I'm like, yeah. She like, here. I'm like, I can't move in until Monday. She like, here. She knew it. She know me. Before she could say anything, I bust out into tears. And I know everybody like, it's only 2 days, you know, it's only, I was in full-blown tears. Like, I couldn't talk. Like, I was so sick because I was just so ready, so amped up, so pumped up. Like, it's finally here. And I could, like, I was crying so hard. So she like, call my mama. Mama don't play. She do not play. Like, she like, call her back, call her, because how could she wait? And I know you. I'm like, Mom, it's nothing she can do. Now I'm calling the lady back. Mom like, get her on the phone now. She not answering no more because, you know, of course it's 4:30. She not answering. So Mom like, you know, she could calm me down. She like, you know, just, you know, get some rest. You know, we'll talk about it. You know, just finish getting everything together. She just like, or she like, no, my friend, she stayed close by me. She like, so my friend, like, you know, but my friend in Chicago. So it's like, even if I was to go there, like, I couldn't stay at her house because she's in fucking Chicago. So I moped around Chicago for 2 whole days because I was so sad. I went home and Kaylee stayed at my mama's house because she didn't really want to go home. And I stayed in the bed for 2 days straight because I was so sad. Then Sunday came and I got on the road. Hey Kaya. As y'all can tell, she's not a morning person. But it's 5 a.m. We're finna get on the road. Can't really see the car, but it's fully back. You ready? Hey everybody, today is day 12 of me and Kay living in Atlanta. So far I love it. I love the neighborhood. I love my house. I love my daughter. Nah, but for real though, I do love it. But leave it up to me to be living here for not even 2 weeks yet, and I have a black eye. You think I should show them my eye?
No.
Don't show them?
If you want to.
What you think?
Yeah.
Show them or don't? Well, Kay lost teeth. And I have a black eye. It looks so much better than it did. But yeah, this how I look on day 12. My mama won't talking about some you already going down there getting black eyes, just move back home, cause she missed me. But I will be okay. The story behind the black eye is simple. Some girls was getting smart with me, you know, and you know, not just playing. I was riding a 4-wheeler and I fell off of it, and this is the result of my eye. It looked a lot better. Let me show y'all how it looked. So this is the first day it happened. This is when it happened. When I fell off, can you see? Let me turn my ring light down. Okay, this is the first one. And then I had woke up and it looked like this, y'all. I was so mad. Like it was closed shut. And then it started getting a little better. And then this is it now. So it's getting better. I'll turn my light back up. It's getting better. But other than the black eye, I love it. The black eye did set me back because I be in the house now. Because even when I go outside with my shades on, you can still kind of, you know, see the scarring. And I don't want to worry nobody because they be all in my face trying to see what's going on with me. But that's just my 12-day update. Oh, I spent Thanksgiving here. My little sisters came and visited me. My mama was so mad, but you know, made our first Thanksgiving dinner. Me and my little sister did. Let me put my glasses back on. And it was something very new, because if you know me, you know we very, very family oriented. I don't cook. I cook like here and there, little simple meals. But you know, you gotta grow up one day, right? Okay, tell them bye. I'm gonna start reading the questions. But I do know that a lot of the questions was like, and I know a lot of people thinking like, you know, how did you just get up and leave? Like, you know, it's not that simple. But like I was stating, I've been wanting to move, so I had been saving, but it wasn't that much. And then I own a business, Pretty Little Boss, sell clothes, eyelashes, or whatever. And at the beginning of this year, Kaylee, look at my top drawer and hang me my my notebook. And my fact, it's right on the side of my dresser. Thank you, baby. So, how I just got up and left. So, at the beginning of this year, I started writing in this. This is like my go-to. Like, this is my everything. And when I first started writing in it, I set some goals. Like, and my goals was basically, I wanted to start my first big investment. It was so I wanted to start my first big investment. I wanted to make a daily limit a monthly limit that I had to add to my savings account. So I was already saving up. So I had a lump sum put up that I had started saving from like March. But it was supposed to be to buy me invest in my first big investment. And so once that happened to me and my daughter, of course, I had to like stop everything. I had to do what I felt like was best for me and my child. So that's how I was able to just get up and go. And that's one thing that I could tell y'all that I'm truly thankful for, because if it was around this time last year, I don't think I would have been able to just get up. But I would have got up and moved, because like I said, once I got my mind set on something, you know, I'm gonna do it. But I don't think it would have been as easy. I don't think I would be as comfortable as I am. So I had started saving back in March. I downloaded, I had Credit Karma for like a few months already, and I'm like, you know, I want to get my credit up there. You know, I'm 26 years old. You know, I shouldn't have, you know, I need to get my credit up there, all of that. So I had already been working on this, but this was for another plan. But God had other, you know, plans for me or whatever. So I was able to move, pay my rent up for some months, so I won't have to even worry about, you know, what my next. I ain't got to worry about none of that for a few months or whatever. My credit was built, so I didn't want to, you know, flat out spend all my cash to decorate my house or whatever. And I end up, so let me tell y'all, so I had built my credit up. My credit was like 750 around there. But I only had $1,200 worth of credit limit, spending limit, because when I was younger, I took out a credit card and didn't pay it, and it fucked up my credit. And I was just, ever since then, I was scared to do credit cards. So by the time I moved here, I had been saying, because Credit Karma had been telling me, like, you need to increase your credit limit, you need to increase your, you know, spending limit or whatever. So I applied for credit cards. That credit, building my credit, like, I'm truly grateful. I was able to furnish my whole house and then some. Like, that credit, that really came in handy, like, because instead of instead of spending a lot of my cash on, you know, decorating, because like I said, your house is your home, like, so I was gonna make sure it was comfortable for me and my daughter regardless. So instead of spending all them thousands on, you know, decorating my house and making everything comfortable for us, I was able to just pay my rent up or whatever. So yeah, I would suggest, before you move, pay your rent up. Like, I mean, save up so you can pay your rent up, so when you get down here, you won't have to rush and try to hurry up and find a job. You ain't got to be scrambling like with a chicken with your head cut off. You know, you can enjoy, get to know your neighborhood, you know, get to know your scenery, all of that, before you even start having to look for a job or whatever. But my plan, I don't want to get another 9 to 5. When I was in Chicago, I was saying that my plan was to take my entrepreneurship to the next level. I had already been you know, pursuing that dream anyway. So when I came here, my plan wasn't to come get a 9 to 5 anyway. But worst case scenario, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But we ain't even gonna speak like that. My business is gonna blossom, be bigger than it was in Chicago, and I got this. So, you know. Another thing I want to talk about is, everybody be like, well, you know, you don't miss your family, what your family say. Yeah, my mama was distraught my mama was like, every time we text about it, she would cry. She didn't want me to see her cry, but I knew she was crying. And a lot of times she would tell me, like, you know, I'm crying now. Like, we'll just have heart to hearts because she couldn't believe that I was leaving, because we're very family oriented. Like, I literally saw my mama every day. We actually worked together at the hospital so we saw each other every day. And when I left, I came to her house before I went home. My daughter wanted to see her every weekend, so we was there every day. So it's a big step to not see, you know, your mama and your siblings when you go from seeing them every day to seeing them on holidays. Like, that is something big or whatever. But like, and at the beginning, my mama, like, I honestly feel like she was making excuses for me not to go. And it's not because, you know, she didn't want the best for me. I feel like she was working with feelings. She was thinking about, I don't want to not see my grandbaby, you know, get raised like on a daily basis. Because how she was seeing her being raised. When I first had my baby, we were still living with my mama. And I think when she was 1 or 2, we moved out, but we were still seeing her every day. So she was there watching my daughter. Watching my daughter come up or whatever. And then, like, so she took it really hard. But then after I told her, I'm like, okay, that was my phone that you just threw across the bed. Go get my phone. So after I told her, I'm like, you know, your decision means a lot to me. Like, my mama say so. Like, give me my phone. Kids don't have none if y'all ain't got none. Kidding. So, you know, that was a lot. And I told her, I'm like, you know, you not being encouraging and it wasn't the fact that she wasn't being encouraging. She was just like, maybe you should plan this out more and wait till next year. Or she was like, have you really, like, you know, she was, but, and I won't say she wasn't being encouraging. She was like making me realize, like, it ain't as easy as it seemed. Make sure you got everything down. But at the same time, she was saying, like, I don't want you to go. Like, still to this day, she'd be like, you want me to cook you something to eat? Just move back home. Like, but I know she be joking. But like, eventually, once I told her, like, I feel like this is the best move for me and my daughter, like, she got on board. But it was family members that, you know, that wasn't very supportive about my decision. And like I said, it's because they was working with feelings, and they was like, you know, who you can lean on. I do got my 2 best friends, and I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm grown. Like, I'm a mother, and my mama taught me to, any means necessary, I'm gonna take care of me and mine, with or without a man, with or without whatever. I'm gonna make sure me and my baby straight, regardless. And I had to tell my family that, like, you know, y'all raised me well. I got this. I'm gonna be okay. Me and my baby gonna be okay. And, you know, this is something that I really want to do. So when people say, like, you know, like, how did your family, or, you know, like, I did have a lot of family that was like, no, I don't want you to do it. Don't leave. Like, and that do take a toll on you. That do, like, you know, that makes you feel some type of way. But at the end of the day, you gotta do what's best for you, and you gotta live your life. And some of the family members that told me that, after I told them, like, how I really felt, they was just like, basically, they wish they had the courage to do it. When they was younger, they would have left. And majority of everybody gave me their blessings when the time came. So yeah, you're gonna have, you know, people trying to not even hold you back, because I don't think nobody had ill intentions. I honestly feel like they was scared, and, you know, they was used to having me, you know, in an area that can come whenever I call. Like, if I call here, they gotta book a flight and do all that. Like, but, you know, in my family, like, I know y'all love y'all family, but we love each other. So, you know, it was a lot. So I'm gonna answer some of the questions that I got from y'all. Only the ones that I feel like I didn't talk about in the video. Why ATL? I love Atlanta. I always loved Atlanta. Like, I came here a lot anyway, because, like I told y'all, my 2 best friends was here. And since I've been coming since I was a teenage, like, I don't know, it's just the vibe here, everything. I love Atlanta. What made you finally make the decision to move? I told y'all, like, I've been wanting to go, but after the situations with me and my daughter, I just had to go. Was the shooting the most traumatic experience that motivated? Was the shooting the traumatic experience that motivated the move? I think he talking about the shooting with me, which happened a couple years ago, because I didn't tell anybody that really happened. I didn't really tell anybody what happened with me and my daughter. So yeah, my shooting was one, and then the one that involved me and my daughter was, you know, the other one. How do you like it? I'm from here, and I honestly can't imagine living anywhere else. I love it. I love it. Do you feel alone? How do you cope when you miss your family? I'm really like a loner anyway. Because like even in Chicago, I would like, you know, when I want to have fun, I have friends to go to. But other than that, I like it being me and my daughter. I haven't really, it's only been 2 months, so I don't really, and then my little sisters, I have a guest room, and they basically live down here too. They be down here in and out. If all 3 of them ain't down here at once, 2 of them be down here, or one of them in the other room now. Other than that, like, you know, I see my family when I come back for the holidays. I just moved here myself, and I want to go from 9 to 5 to become my own boss. Any tips? My tip would be stop procrastinating. Do it. Stop waiting on everything to be perfect. Do it. Because when I was finna start my business, I just kept saying, wait, this not ready yet. I want all this to be ready. I want this to be perfect. And if you waiting on that, you're never going to start it. Do what you're going to do and then perfect it as you go. What was the process like looking for a home? Fave thing about ATL, and do you miss home? Like I explained the process. Like, it wasn't that hard, but I did get discouraged easily. Favorite thing about ATL? My favorite thing as of now would be the people. I love y'all. I love the people. Majority, everybody I meet, it's just like, I like they vibe. Like, they got a different vibe. Now, don't get me wrong. It is, because my garbage man was a bitch ass nigga, okay? And I almost got into it with his ass, for real. Like, they garbage. Okay, so in Chicago, well, where I was staying at, I just take all my garbage back there and they gonna get it. When I first moved in, of course I had a lot of garbage. Like, I furnished my whole house, and within that first week I furnished everything. Everything was completely done. So of course I had a lot of garbage. And he was like, I'm not taking, like, me and him ended up having a couple back and forth, but he was just, and I had called my my housing people to tell them, like, because I didn't know if I would get a fine or not. And they was just like, you know, I would have to book an appointment to get my trash picked up. It was a lot. But they was like, he was basically being a bitch ass nigga because he could have took my trash. They would just let me know for next time, like, you know, you would have to do a pickup. But other than that, I love the people. Do I miss home? No, I don't. I don't miss home. I had went home I stayed here for Thanksgiving. My little sisters came here too. We actually made our very own first. Can you get out? We made our first own Thanksgiving dinner. But we was on FaceTime my mama the whole time. I went home for Christmas and I was ready to come back home to Atlanta. So I don't miss home. Do India ever tell you about her arguments? We not getting into that. House tour and room tour, please. I'm not gonna give y'all a full house tour, but this is my room. And then, like, I got a bathroom. Inside my bathroom is a walk-in closet. I love my house. When did you and India meet? Y'all, this is Atlanta questions, but me and India met.
Can you type in your pillow box? I want to watch you.
Me and India met. Well, my child's father and India are some kin. Here, babe. So that's how that's how we first like even saw each other. I think I was at one of his family functions or whatever. And I was like 15 or 16. And then me and her was the only virgins. So we started calling each other best friends because we was like the only virgins that was around. And we was virgins for a long time. Well, not a long time, but you know, we was like the last ones virgins. So at first it was just a funny best friends. And then like we just started finding out we had so much in common. So at this point we probably like 17. And then we both ended up getting pregnant when I think I was 18. I had my baby at 19. India was 17, turning 18. So we was pregnant together. So of course, like we had even more in common. And then, you know, it just went from there. Like, I love her. That's my heart. Was it hard finding an apartment? How did you know what areas to look in? So a lot of people ask me like what area would I suggest. Well, I'm not gonna tell y'all where I live. Just you know, safety reasons. What I would say is, first of all, Google is your best friend. Google different areas, like, so you can know what to search. So when you search different areas, look at their crime rate, look at their schools, like the academic wise, look at stuff like that. Like, you can Google all this stuff. And then even on like different websites like Zillow and stuff, they tell you like the crime rate and whatever. How hard, easy was it for you to find a place? We went over that. Wasn't too hard. How long have you known India? Went over that. Is it fun? Yeah, it's fun moving from one state to another. It's adventurous. It's like, I don't know, it's a lot. But it's fun to me. Like, I love an adventure, and this was an adventure. And it's still, can you get out? Get out. It still feels surreal. Like, it still feel like, dang, you really live in Atlanta. You really moved out of Chicago. So yeah. How do you like it so far? Once again, I love it. I sent the intro. Check it out. Why you chose to move to Atlanta? Why ATL? Went over that. How did you pick the area? Do you know what neighborhoods are marked as less violence? Went over that. How I picked my area. I had like maybe 4 top areas I wanted to look at, and the house that I found ended up just being in this neighborhood, which is one of my top 4. So, and then it was close by one of my friends, so that's even better. Like, we stay like a couple minutes away from each other. And if you live in Atlanta, you know them rides be, everywhere I go will be 40 minutes and up. Did you save up before moving? Yes, I didn't save up to move, but I was saving up, so yeah. Is it tough being away from your family? Not too tough. Are you in love with someone? What do they got to do with me moving to Atlanta? But no, I am not in love. I am single. House tour. Did you just put your faith in God, or you wrote out a plan financially? It was more of a push out. So, and I just had enough saved up for something else, but I had to move it to this. What do you miss about Chicago? The food. But I already knew nobody food was like Chicago, because I traveled here and other places a lot, and I knew Chicago ain't nobody mess with Chicago on the food side. Period.
The wood, my friend.
Babe, go in your room. She don't even want to be in here. She just see I'm recording and want to be in here. I love you. Does Atlanta have a good job market? I don't know. I haven't even applied for a job here. I don't want to apply for a job here. Is the rent higher than Chicago? Of course not. What do you like most about Atlanta? Went over there. Did you transfer jobs, or did you find a new one? No. What made you move, and how did you transition? I went over that. The transition, it was pretty cool. It was pretty smooth. Did you buy all new furniture? Yes. I started completely over. When me and my little sister came to Atlanta, we drove my car, and I had maybe 3 laundry bags with me and Kaylee clothes, majority mine, because Kaylee had outgrew everything. So when I came here, I actually really shopped for her. But I didn't bring not one piece of furniture. But yes, I brought everything completely new. You ship your car or drive it? I drove my car. Because I'm one of those type that don't care about putting miles on my car. That's what cars are for, to drive, right? But yeah, I did drive my car. But like, I have other friends. One of my friends that moved here from Chicago, she shipped her car, and I don't think it was too expensive. How was the transition? Are you happy with your decision? I'm very happy with my decision. Like I said earlier, I feel like it's one of the best decisions I could have made ever. What do you dislike about ATL? I don't like the long drives. I'm not used to that in Chicago. Basically, if you from out west, more than likely you're gonna be out west. And I'm from out west. The suburb where my mama lived, it wasn't too far from me. It was like a 15-20 minute drive. Downtown area from me, it was like a 10-minute drive. So it was never, if you drive, once we see like 30-45 minute drive, we be like, damn. But in Atlanta, like, that's all y'all do. Y'all drive. Another thing I don't like is everything is like right by a wooded areas. Like, y'all got so much land and so many woods. And when I see woods, I think about scary movies, and I think about, you know, shit like that. And then like, so my street, yeah, of course, it has a lot of houses. It has a lot of houses on it, but like one block over, it's like a whole big forest, like woods. Like, so once I leave out of like my little community, my little neighborhood, it's like woods everywhere. That's something that I have to get used to. What do you dislike about ATL? Do you like ATL? What made you move? We went over all this. Hey boo, I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to move there. Any leads? I don't really have no leads. Just get up and go. Do it. One thing I would say is a lot of the stuff online be catfish. Watch this. Come here, Kaylee. Like, it look different online. So once you apply for a application, view it before you submit it. Come here, mommy, hurry up. Come here, hurry up.
Huh?
You remember before we moved to the other house?
The one that had the attic?
No, the ugly one.
Oh yeah, that one. Cause that had the jail wall.
Yeah, they had jail walls. It was so ugly. Katie was like, I could never move here. But online, it was so cute. Like, make sure y'all go and look before y'all move into those places, because it do be catfish. Hey, how is it out there? Is it easy to find jobs? And what about the housing costs? Me and my BF was thinking about making that move. Housing is a lot cheaper than Chicago. Well, man, actually, it's not that, like, people, when you hear Atlanta, like where I'm from, when we hear Atlanta, we think like, oh, okay, they got this cheap ass rent. No, don't let it fool you. It's not that cheap. It's cheaper than Chicago, but it's not dirt cheap how people be saying, unless you want to stay in a really bad neighborhood, which I seen. And like, for the cheap stuff, you get what you pay for. So it's not as cheap as people be saying, but it's not high like Chicago. Chicago, you paying $3,500 for a 2-bedroom with radiators in there. I think that's about it. Other than that, like, my advice would be, if you want to move, the first step would be start looking online. Schedule appointments like within a week. Schedule your appointments back to back. And then plan a trip out here. Plan a trip out here. Like, stay for 3 or 4 days. Go see all of your viewings. And go from there. Like, just get up and do it. Stop procrastinating. Like I said, this is the best move for me. Do I feel like I would stay here permanently? I don't know. I don't think so. Because I want to stay somewhere that's awkward. That, like, a lot of people don't live there. Like Australia or something. I I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you have any more comments or questions, type them down below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe this video. And if y'all want me to make a part 2, I will. And that's about it. Bye. You want to tell them bye, baby?
Bye.